Now that you've gotten settled into your new Gmail inbox, this video will show you some tips and tricks for how to get organized. You might already be familiar with the folders that are used in Outlook and other email systems. Gmail has a similar type of functionality called labels. If there's an email or conversation thread that you want to organize and remove from your inbox, you can just drag it from the message list onto the label that corresponds to its new location. To create a new label, scroll down to the bottom of the left side menu, click More, and then click on the Create New Label link. You can also find this option in the top row after selecting one or more messages, and then clicking on the label button that looks like a tag. In the window that comes up, type in the name that you'd like to give to your new label. From this screen, you also have the option to create this new label as a nested label, which is like a subfolder. For example, suppose that I already have a label for projects, and now I want to break this down even further by adding an organized area for my new project, which is Project X. Rather than creating Project X as a top-level label, I'll nest it under the Projects label to make it easier for me to keep all of my project-related emails organized together. If you'd like to apply a label to a message or conversation thread while still keeping it in your inbox, you have a couple of different options for how to do this. You can drag the label from the left side menu onto the message. You can also select one or more checkboxes and then click on the Labels Action button to choose which labels you'd like to apply. Make sure to click the Apply button at the bottom once you're done. One of the great things about labels in Gmail is that a conversation thread can actually have multiple labels applied to it. Unlike folders in other email systems, email messages and conversation threads in Gmail can be organized in multiple sections at the same time. As you can see here, the messages that I am highlighting have multiple labels applied to them, so this gives me a lot of flexibility for how I might want to organize my emails. As you're getting started with your labels, make sure to take a look at the various label options that Gmail provides. You can get there by hovering over a label in the left side menu, and then clicking on the three dots on the right side. From this menu, you can change a label's color, which can make it easier for you to visually keep your email organized. You can also hide a label if you'd like to keep it as part of your organization system, but not see it in the list of labels in the left side menu. Additionally, you can use stars in Gmail as a visual indicator to help remind yourself to look at certain messages later. Click on the star next to a message or conversation thread to star it, and again to unstar it. You can find all the messages and conversation threads that you starred in the Starred section on the left side menu. Try not to star too many things though, since this might make it more difficult for you to keep track of the messages and conversation threads that you absolutely need to follow up on. Another organizational option that Gmail gives you is the Move To function. For any emails that you'd like to label while simultaneously removing them from your inbox, the Move To button will allow you to do this. For example, suppose that I have a message that I want to label as a newsletter and also remove from my inbox. I can select the message, click the Move To button, and select the newsletters label. This has taken the message out of my inbox and also applied the newsletters label to it. If I need to find this message later, I can also do this by going to the All Mail section of my account, which is located under the More link. The All Mail section is where you can find all of the emails in your account, including those that you have archived. You have unlimited storage space in Gmail, so it's best to archive messages and threads that you no longer want to see rather than deleting them. If I go back to my inbox, I can archive a message by hovering over it in the message list and then clicking on the archive button. When I go back to the All Mail section, you can see that the messages that I've just archived are now listed here, but without the inbox tag. In Gmail, inbox is just another label that's used to categorize messages, and archiving a message or thread essentially removes this inbox label from it. For messages or conversation threads that you'd prefer to delete, you can hover over them and then click on the delete button, which looks like a trash icon. If there are multiple messages or conversation threads that you'd like to delete at the same time, you can select them and then click on the delete button in the row of buttons up top. You can find your deleted messages in the trash area of Gmail, which is located under the More link. It's important to keep in mind that any messages or conversation threads that have been in the trash area for more than 30 days will be automatically deleted. If you need to restore a message or a conversation thread that's still within the 30-day deletion window, select it, and then use the Move To button to send it back to your inbox or to another section of your email account. Finally, as you're using and organizing your Gmail account, you'll occasionally come across messages that you'll need to mark as spam. You can do this by selecting them and then clicking on the spam button, which looks like a button with an exclamation point on it. As with the trash area, any messages that have been in the spam section for more than 30 days will be automatically deleted. If there are any messages or conversation threads in the spam section that are not actually spam, you can click the button to report it as not spam. This will take the message out of the spam section and send it back to your inbox. The more that you do this, the smarter that Gmail will become in regards to filtering messages and conversation threads that it believes to be spam. You can also add the sender to your contacts in order to prevent any future messages from them being marked as spam.